How to add a resource request. Perfect. Now we are in the new section of our program review. Now we are going to be moving on to resource requests. So, a resource request is going to be a request from a program, a discipline, department, or administrative unit for an additional allocation to be made for budget, equipment, even facilities. So resource requests are not needed for items that are already included in department budgets, so like sustained budget items, but a resource request is a request to be augmented or add to your existing budget. So when we are, adding a new resource request, we're going to have two different types of options, okay? And Jan was amazing, and she separated these two into a resource request for AP 6200, which is one-time funds, or a resource request for ongoing funds. So when you are for those that are requesting or requesting resource requests for one time like money, we're gonna go ahead and go through uh, this area um, and go right. So we're going to go ahead and click resource request AP 6200 one-time funds, and we're going to go down through this menu to see how to do so. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to click this add request item description, and you're going to land here. So we're going to begin by filling out each prompt, and again, just remember that per our campus budget process, your requests for resources are going to be assessed alongside all of the other resource requests. Providing enough information will help your resource to become prioritized, okay? So the first thing that you want to do is give your resource request a um, a name, right? So again, it tells you definition of a resource request is requested from a program, discipline, department, or administrative unit for an additional one-time allocation to be made for supplies, materials, other operating expenses, and or equipment. Resource requests are not needed for items already included in department budgets, okay? So if you were to go ahead and name it, right, you would maybe name it something like, Dell monitors, blue light screens, whatever it was that you were to be requesting, okay? So the next thing that you're going to do in the next three prompts in the section must be viewed and updated annually for the request to move to tier 1. So the first prompt, it says resource request status, date updated. So here you're going to select the date, okay, that you are um, actually putting in there, okay? So what we mean by that is this prompt is going to enable you to select the date of when you last updated this request. So if this is a new request, never submitted before, the date will align with it when you filled out the updated program review, okay? The next one is the request years. So here you are going to select the year you are and have requested this resource request for. So if this, was requested last year, but you're also requesting it for this year, maybe you didn't get it, you put in that year here, okay? The next one is your resource request status, um, to date. So here you're gonna select the status that best fits that request status, okay? So you are going to either put new resource request, resubmit resource request, resources request no longer a request, or resource request funded, request was fully funded. This means you actually got that allocation, okay, of funds. Then afterwards, you are going to go into the next section, which please complete or update the prompts below as needed. So the next one that you have up here is going to be that request item description. Here you're going to explain the actual item or items you are requesting, right? So you're going to be very specific with the details of the items and the quantity. So remember how we said on top we were going to say something like a Dell monitor slash blue screen covers, right? So here you would probably say something like, um, two 27-inch Dell monitors with two blue light screen covers for the lab in building 54, right? You're going to be very descriptive. The next prompt is that total cost amount. So in this area, you're going to tell me what the cost of the item is. If it's only one item, give the cost of the one item. If it's more than one, give the total cost. So please upload purchase quotes to the document repository as well. So if the cost of the resource request is unknown, then go ahead and type 099. And in case you're like, oh my God, I am going to forget that, don't worry, it tells you right here, okay? The next thing you're going to select is going to be the district object codes. And here you're going to select, again, the district object code that captures what you are purchasing, right? And it gives you all of these different areas, right? If there's supplies, materials, other operating expenses, equipments, or if you just don't know it, you could also select that one. The next one after that is your funding source type. Um, so here you're going to select again the option that most closely resembles your funding source request. So are you requesting this from general funds, from if you requested it in the Perkins, but you also want it to be considered for general funds, or if you requested it in Perkins, but you don't want it considered for general fund, whatever it is that best closely, um, you know, relates to your resembles your funding resource request. And then again, here you're going to upload that purchase order or quote. Okay. Again, the next area is going to be your prompt, your block one prompts. So the prompt one indicates block one areas your resource request is eligible for. So block one is going to align with the resource request rubric and assesses the significant need. So you're going to be able to select all that apply, and you're also going to have to submit documentation that supports that needs, okay? So here you're going to indicate which block one area your resource requires is eligible for. Is it a legal mandate? Is it a health and safety accredited body requirement? Is it infrastructure? Which one is it? Go ahead and select that one. Again, you're going to provide evidence of that request, if whichever one you select, to be able to back it up. And then optional text field, again, this is for additional comments or clarification, okay? So the next prompt is block two, which is a consideration, of program needs and alignments to campus priorities. So here you are going to pretty much answer, is your resource request a necessity, right? And this is a yes or no or not applicable area. And if you answer yes to that question, you're going to have to describe why your resource request is of that necessity. So you'll fill that out. Again, alignment to key priorities. Does it align to one or more of these key priorities? Yes or no? Here are the priorities. If that were to close, again, you could just click here and it'll pop right back out. If yes, tell us how. The next one, alignment to EMP goals, yes or no. If you answered yes, tell us how, and here are the goals. Again, does your resource request align to imperatives relating to diversity, equity, and inclusion? And here you're going to tell us um, how it supports it. You're going to be very descriptive. You're going to select yes or no, and then you're going to give us those descriptions. The next thing is going to be innovation. Does your resource request promote that innovation at BBC? And then it gives you another section, yes or no. And then again, you are going to describe in a narrative form why this resource request would be tied to innovation or promote innovation at Victor Valley College. Then the last thing that you're going to be doing here is you're going to give us some final comments. What are some other factors you want considered for your resource request? And go ahead and give us lots of details. Let us know why you think these factors are, right? So after you are done with these areas and you submit your supporting documents, you are able to be done with this area actually and click save, and you will be done here. This is also where you would come back if you wanted to see if you got a what is it called, an augmentation. Okay, so if you were here before, I'm going to leave out, but again, you're going to hit save before, so it's not going to give you this warning. If you had gotten an augmentation or anything of that sort, um, it's going to give you, like, it would tell you here, like, if you did get the augmentation or not. Okay, but besides that, you are good to go.